What up, YouTube? This your boy AWOL. Another way of life, another way of living. Uh, Only got 20 minutes to spare, so I'm gonna try to keep this concise as possible. So I got a little presentation, and I just want to kind of discuss what is a muscle imbalance and how that's correlated with pain, muscle pain, poor posture, postural misalignments, um, etc., etc. Poor circulation. So let's get to it. What is a muscle imbalance? How does this imbalance affect your health? And what are some diseases and symptoms caused by and or correlate with muscle imbalances? Okay. So the muscles on each side of your body should be symmetrical with each other in size and strength. When a muscle or muscles on one side of your body is larger, smaller, stronger, or weaker than the corresponding muscles on the other side, you have a muscle imbalance. Essentially, it's when one set of muscles are stronger, weaker, or tighter than the opposing group of muscles. For example, if the quadriceps and the hamstrings are unequal, that is, one is weaker than the other, it can cause undue stress on the knee joint, leading to pain and injury. It also limits mobility, which affects alignment, posture, and proper movement, all increasing the risk of pain and injury. Most often, muscle imbalances occur around joints or those areas of the body that are the most mobile, especially for the physically active. The most common places that muscle imbalances occur and affect are the hips, shoulders, spine, TMJ, and knees. The body as a whole and all of its constituents, organs, tissues, cells, structures, and systems are inextricably tied and interconnected together, right? So what happens in any area of the body will have a domino and ripple effect on the entire apparatus. This is why when your muscle this is why when a muscle imbalance will have a detrimental effect on all of your organs, glands, hormones, respiration, circulation, skeletal structural alignment, which is posture, immune system, metabolism, nervous system, digestion, cognitive faculties, etc. The body So the body is like a machine. If any gears or levers are damaged or removed, the entire apparatus ceases to function properly, effectively, and efficiently, if at all. Okay? So, to summarize that all up, muscle imbalance is basically just, when the muscles they get too tight, right? And this because the blood flow the blood has to flow through the muscles to nourish and provide oxygen to the muscles so the muscles can perform their physiological functions. Okay, so the reason why that's a problem is because it's just logically okay. If the muscles get too tight, they're going to put pressure and constrict your veins, your vessels and other cardiovascular channels, right? Because they're all interconnected. The whole body is essentially one, right? And that's how we should treat health. We should treat the body as a whole. Matter of fact, the word health is actually derived from etymologically derived from a word that means whole. Okay, so that's how we need to approach the body as a whole. So if it's like lever A touches lever B touches lever C, okay? there's going to be a domino effect. So if the heart isn't functioning properly, it's going to throw the whole body out of whack, out of balance. Because health is about balance, okay? If the liver is out of whack, that's going to have an effect on the whole body. If the brain isn't functioning properly, it's going to have an effect on the whole body, right? If the muscles, so the state and condition of your muscles will determine your health, okay? Your quality of health and your quality of life, okay? So I just want to, show some pictures really quick, okay? So this is kind of what a muscle imbalance looks like, okay? So if you notice right here, let me zoom in a little bit. You see the contrast? He's flexing both his biceps. Now one bicep is bigger than the other. One is more tighter than the other, and one is more looser and weaker, okay? So that's kind of, how muscle imbalance looks, right? But not all muscle imbalances are created equally. There's different configurations and varying degrees in terms of severity when it comes to muscle imbalances. Okay, so we can see this guy's, his face. We can tell that his facial features are asymmetrical. So his smile is asymmetrical. Okay, see that? Okay. Um, that's for later. So what's another one? Okay, you see? See that? You can see that it's kind of the picture is kind of blurry, so I apologize for that. But you can see how on the left side it's more curved in. This looks like scoliosis, kind of to me. Okay, this is what I mean by asymmetrical features. Okay, so we can see here in her chin. Uh, right, see that in her chin? This is caused from muscle imbalances. Okay, so you can tell where her see the asymmetrical features in her face. Okay, all right, see that? So yeah, that's kind of what I mean by that. Okay, so this is this is what we call a lateral pelvic tilt, right? And you can see how, okay, once the pelvis goes out of alignment, a ripple effect happens. Okay, so that because the whole skeletal structure is interconnected. So, okay, the pelvis is attached to the spine, so the spine goes out of alignment once the pelvis tilts, and then that will cause the shoulders to go out of alignment, and then et cetera, and so forth. Even the jawbone will go out of alignment, and your teeth will go out of alignment, and this is all caused from tight muscles. Because when muscles get tight, they pull on the bones. They pull on the connective tissues in your joints, and they shift them out of alignment, right? So that's kind of what's going on. Okay, I'll show another picture of that. See, this healthy posture, normal posture, pelvic tilt. Usually pelvic tilts come with scoliosis. Okay, so yeah. So I also want to talk about. Hold up, just a second. Just a second. Uh, show one more picture. Okay, you see that before and after. See what I mean? Asymmetrical features. It's called from a muscle imbalance. Okay. So I also wanted to talk about, like I was talking about my last video. There's a phenomenon called mewing, right? And it's where this is the same person. All four of these pictures are before and after pictures, over a time lapse. Okay. So you see in the upper left corner, you can see what I call a slack jaw. Slack jaw is basically when the jaw caves into the neck, and they say that this is associated with mouth breathing, right? And you see over time, his jaw protrudes further out, and he has a more stronger in the. I'm sorry, this phone is. I hate this phone. So you see in the bottom right corner, he has a more stronger jawline, a more protruded, stronger, prominent jawline, or a more masculine a square jawline, right? And this is from, and there's all kind of pictures like this floating around on the internet, before and after pictures. You guys can look them up for yourself, where these individuals, um, anecdotally, their testimonies that they placed their tongue on the roof of their mouth over extended periods of time, and it somehow magically restructures their jaw. Just a second. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that. And this restructures their jaw, right? And the reason why this happens is because, like I said in my last video, I have a whole separate video, so I'm not gonna go into the depth too much into depth about this. Is because when you put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth, right before where your gum line meets the your upper teeth, your front upper teeth, right? This activates nasal breathing. Okay, and when your tongue is on the roof, because your tongue is just a muscle. So your tongue is interconnected, whether directly or indirectly, with the rest of the muscles in your body. And so when it comes to loosening up muscles with exercise and stretching to correct the muscle imbalance, it has to be done with the tongue touching the roof of the mouth half the time. So half the time when you're exercising or stretching, your tongue has to be touching the roof of your mouth. And this will loosen up the muscles, which will restore the natural, as you can see in this picture, this on the bottom right corner, that is his natural posture, facial posture, okay? Or jaw structure. It will restore the natural positioning of your bones, okay? Because the reason why his in the left upper left corner, the reason why his jaw is slack back is because the muscle fibers, they're shortened, too tight, they're shortened. So when he started mewing, start putting his tongue on the roof of his mouth, you know what I mean? It causes this, ripple effect, and it doesn't just affect it doesn't just this doesn't just restore the natural posture of the face. This restores the posture of the entire skeleton, right? So basically, people with slack jaw, these are people. Some, not all of them, but some of them are mouth breathers. They breathe out their mouth too much. Okay, you're supposed to breathe out your mouth, in and out your mouth, half the time, and the other half the time you're supposed to breathe in and out your nose. Okay, so that is the phenomenon of mewing. Okay, you guys can look that up for yourselves. Kind of running out of time, so I want to speed this up. Okay, and as we can see, I definitely, most definitely have to create a part 2 of this video. So as we can see, here we have these muscle fibers, right? And you can see The muscles have layers. You see these different layers in these fibers. Okay, so when they shorten and they constrict the veins that go around and in and out of these muscle fibers. So when they get too tight, they put all this pressure on your cardiovascular channels, which causes inflammation and congestion, right? Because the fluids, they have no way, the flow gets cut off. So the fluid builds up, and you run into a problem of poor circulation and high blood pressure and things of that nature. Okay, it's just like traffic congestion, right? Now think of these cars and these vehicles as your red blood cells, and they're all carrying cargo, and the cargo will be your oxygen and nutrients. So when you get backed up, like traffic congestion, you get backed up, your body isn't able to provide, nourish, and transport, the oxygen and these nutrients to your cells all around your body at a proper efficient rate. So this slows everything down. You get backed up. So this slows, just like with constipation, you get backed up. So this slows down your metabolism, right? And your energy, this causes your energy levels to wane. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with that. Okay. So, and these are just some symptoms that I want to really quick uh, explain or go over that are associated with muscle imbalance or caused by muscle imbalance. So we have inflammation. That swelling I spoke of. Inflammation is just another word for swelling. Okay, and so we have acne. So just like when you and what's going on when you have inflammation in the body, this is fluid buildup. So this is when blood and water and builds up, and right, it gets congested. So what happens is your body starts to where there's the swelling going on. Your body overproduces mucus, right? It overproduces mucus to counter the harmful effects of the low pH in your blood or the high acid. So your body, because oxygen is what alkalizes the blood, and when your blood is when you're congested, you have poor circulation. Your body isn't being oxygenated properly. So your body produces mucus to counter the acid, because the acid it has a detrimental, corrosive, deteriorating effect on your tissues. So your body creates this mucus lining. Uh, so mucus acts as a barrier between your flesh and the acid. That's why your stomach has a natural mucus lining, because the hydrochloric acid that's in your stomach, it protects the acid from burning through your stomach, literally. Okay, it's overproducing all this acid, so that's why you get the chest congestion, and you get the mucus congestion in your sinuses and in your ears, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so when you and like acne, when you pop that pimple, right? That's when you pop that whitehead, that pus that comes out, that's the mucus. So the acne, that's called that inflammation in the face, that's caused from muscle imbalances. Okay. So eczema, psoriasis, dandruff, itchy dry skin, pustules, boils, tumor growths, congestion, cancer, poor circulation, overproduction of mucus, nutrient deficiencies, GERD, acid reflux, heartburn, IBS, Crohn's disease, gallstones, fatty liver, asthma, bronchitis, gout, arthritis, diabetes, heart disease, body aches and pains, edema, fluid retention, hernias, ulcers, deterioration of joints and spinal discs, TMJD, fatigue, lethargy, stress, adrenal fatigue, hormonal imbalance, electrolyte imbalance, dehydration, weak immune system, autoimmune disorders, mood disorders, brain fog, poor muscle coordination, motor skills, muscle weakness, injury, being injury prone, accelerated aging, allergies, asymmetrical features, brittle bones, osteoporosis, calcium deposits, visual impairments, mucus congestion, um, crooked teeth, misaligned bites, cavities, gingivitis. There go that itis, which means inflammation, swelling. Okay. Scallop tongue, moles, skin tags, dry brittle hair, periodontal gum disease, teeth loss, indigestion, pH imbalance, constipation, diarrhea, air pockets, trapped air, bloating, varicose veins, nerve degeneration, poor detoxification, Charlie horses, muscle spasm, pinched nerves, hemorrhoids, fever, flu, pneumonia, anemia, feelings of being cold, fibroids, cysts, poor libido, ED, obesity, decreased athletic performance, heart palpitations, irregular heartbeat, thrush, candida overgrowth, imbalance, gut microbiome, inflexibility, limited mobility, stiffness, coughing, sneezing, being air hungry, speech impediment, body odor, foam, and urine. So I'm gonna make a part 2 of this video, and I'm gonna go into depth on all these symptoms and diseases and how it's connected to muscle imbalances. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave